So, at a wedding for my sister, I'm a groomsman. But now I'm refusing to walk down the aisle with the bridesmaid. You will not believe who my sister thought she could pair me with. Let's start at the beginning because this story is absurd. So, this is the whole situation. I, 27 male, find myself in. I do think the backstory's important here, so my sister's getting married in November. We're really close and always have been, so I find this whole situation to be even weirder. I've been asked to be a groomsman on her fiancé's side. Me and him are cool, and it was important to my sister that I'm included. I was really looking forward to it until I saw who I was paired with. So, 2 years ago, I met this girl named Tara on a dating app. We started talking daily, FaceTiming, the whole deal. We went on dates, talked over 3 months, and I felt like it was actually going somewhere. Well, after one of the dates, she completely ghosted me. Sent a follow-up text, but got nothing back. I won't lie, I was really upset. I even talked to my sister about it. Well, COVID hit and I moved away for a job. Came back to find out my sister and Tara are now friends. Apparently, my sister got a new job. Tara recognized the last name and reached out to her and they became friends. Such good friends, in fact, that she's now a bridesmaid and hangs out at my parents' house. And apparently, my parents know her. I found out they were friends literally 3 weeks ago. She never mentioned it to me, and I asked if she knew it was the Tara I got ghosted by. And she said Tara told her, but wanted to keep their conversations private. Then, a random text from Tara, asking what I wanted to do for our entrance dance. I immediately called my sister, who informed me that Tara and I are paired up, including the entrance dance. I asked why. I know many of her bridesmaids, and she paired me with the one who ghosted me? She said she has her reasons, and Tara also asked for me specifically. I never responded to the text Tara sent me, instead went to talk to my sister in person. Got the same answers, and this time she sounded offended that I asked for a different person. I told her how uncomfortable it made me, and she told me to stop overthinking and just have fun. I said that she did not understand how hurt I was. She said she had an idea, but to just do it as her wedding gift. I told her I'd be stepping down from the wedding party. I'll just go as a guest. She went ape wild, saying I could not do that and she wanted me up there. I said fine, then switched me to a different girl. She said she wasn't going to. So I told her I'd be dropping out. My parents are calling me an a-hole, but I don't think I am. It's a weird request and I'm not about it. So, am I the a-hole? Alright, let's read a comment that broke this story down. Not the a-hole. They might be trying to set you guys back up. But why would you want to when not one person is willing to openly clear the air about what happened? Instead, they try to force you two together, without explanation, and expect you to put aside your own feelings and self-respect to accommodate this, which is unnecessary in the first place. And while you're gone, she gets closer to your sister and parents. What a weird scenario, which could be easily explainable until you factor in the subterfuge, gaslighting, secrecy, manipulation, and family pressure. What a weird situation, OP. Like, they all know something you don't know about something that directly affects you and would rather help you get clarity than all run cover for her? Yeah, like I said, this comment breaks down the story pretty well, and I do think it's a crazy situation. If you were in OP's shoes, would you walk down the aisle to make your sister happy, even though she knows a secret about you? Drop your thoughts down below, guys, and we're going to turn our attention to the next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take my daughter to my ex-husband's wedding? Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. It supports me so much, and I deeply thank you from the bottom of my heart. Here's story number 2. I'm a 42-year-old, and my ex-husband, 45, and I were together for 20 years. We had a beautiful daughter together, Jocelyn. We got a divorce 5 years ago due to infidelity on his part. I was devastated. He was the love of my life, and he betrayed all the trust and loyalty we built up. To make matters worse, he ended up in a relationship with a woman he cheated on me with. They got engaged 1 year later and are set to be married in 2 weeks. Honestly, I'm still heartbroken over my divorce. It's hurtful to me that we were together 2 decades, and he could just go and fall in love with someone else, as if I was nothing. However, Jocelyn was only 9 when we divorced, and he's a great father, so I would never want to come in between their bond. Jocelyn loves his fiancée, and she's very sweet to her. But she does not know the reason why her dad and I divorced. I want to tell her when she's a bit older, and he does not want to tell her at all. Anyways, I compromised with him that Jocelyn could come to the wedding, but that he would have to provide the transportation to and from, as I want no part of it. I don't want to drop my daughter off at his wedding. I don't want to see all the decorations and happy guests. It'd just be too much for me. I did not tell him all that, obviously, but he agreed. Today, he calls me and asked if he can ask for me a huge favor. It turns out that his future in-laws are flying in the morning of the wedding, and he has to go pick them up. Therefore, he can't pick up my daughter the day of, and wanted to ask if I could take her. I said absolutely not, and asked why he can't pick her up the day before, when she gets off of school. He said he doesn't want to make the drive twice, and that he'll likely not have time, as he has to prepare for the rehearsal dinner. I asked why can't the bride pick her parents up. He said she'll be getting her hair done and won't be able to. I laughed and told him there's no way I'd take my daughter, and then he'd have to figure it out. Boy, why did I say that? My daughter ran downstairs crying, face beet red 10 minutes after my conversation with her dad, calling me terrible and accusing me of not wanting her to spend time with her dad. I told her, honey, that's not the case, and she demanded to know why I couldn't take her. I could not give her an answer, and she ran upstairs crying. Now I'm getting messages from his family calling me heartless, cold, and other things, trying to, quote, ruin his special day over a relationship that is long over. My family understands my point of view, but I feel terrible that I've upset my daughter. I don't know what to do. Am I the a-hole? Should I just put aside my feelings and take her? I say not the a-hole. I think OP was put in a very difficult situation and should not be expected to have to do such a thing. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. You guys can drop it down below. I like to read every comment possible, and I like to talk about it and discuss it. So let's do that, and here's a comment from the original thread. Not the a-hole, but I also think your daughter's old enough to know the truth about her father. Otherwise, you'll be the bad guy going forward. Do you guys agree with that? Let me know. We still have one more story left in today's video. Am I the a-hole for refusing to give my mom more money after she stole from me? I'm a 19-year-old female, and I live alone with my mother. We live in a house owned by my dad. While he doesn't live with us, he still pays for all the bills and utilities on our house, which leaves us to pay for internet, gas, groceries, and other streaming services. I chip in $100 a month for groceries. A couple weeks ago, she got into a car accident. Somebody ran a red light, got T-boned by my mom's SUV. Both cars ended up getting totaled. My mom does Instacart and DoorDash for a living, so she really relies on her vehicle. She asked to loan $100 from me to get back on her feet. All I asked is that she does not snap at me, raise her voice, or start a fight with me at least until she can pay me back. Because, well, we fight all the time and it's exhausting. Her birthday party was 2 days ago. She spent the majority of it away on bottles of booze and other party supplies. While helping her get the house ready, she screamed in my face how I'm always doing everything wrong and never do anything right. She proceeded to call me stupid, useless, and other names to the point I was in tears. I begged her to please stop. She puffed on her bottom lip and started making a crying motion with her hands, mimicking my tears. "Oh, boo-hoo, your life is so hard." I ended up having to leave home in the middle of the night and stay at a friend's house. I ended up coming home later in the day and attending the party. Today, I saw I only had $30 in my bank account. When I was going through my bank history, I saw $30 was removed. I have a teenage account under her bank account from when I was a minor, and never changed it as she always talked me out of it. Apparently, she was billed $50 for something to do with her car. Details honestly fuzzy. And instead of her account being overdrafted, she transferred the $30 from my account into hers, without consulting me. I was livid. She said it was when I left after our big fight, and I was ignoring her and left her no choice. I told her just because it was there, it's no excuse to take it without asking. She promised to pay me back double of what she owed once she got her money back from insurance, and then asked if I could lend her another $30 to pay for her phone bill because she ran out of service and can't call them without it. Here's why I may be the a-hole. I told her no. She's not gonna take another dime from me after she stole $30 and pissed away the $100 I gave her on alcohol. She told me she's drowning and just begging for some help. I told her, quote, "You're going down, I'm not gonna let you drag me too." She's now calling me a selfish a-hole. I'm starting to feel like it because I could give her the money, as I do get my paycheck this week. I keep going back and forth on that I don't need the money, and I'm technically in the position to give it to her. But also, it is my money, and every time I lend her money, she treats me horribly. So guys, am I the a-hole in this situation? I say not the a-hole on this one as well. Let me know your thoughts. Number 1 comment says, "Not the a-hole, but you need to take steps to separate yourself from her. Open your own bank account at a minimum, but find some way to leave. Your home is toxic and it's going to keep you stalled until you hit a breaking point and forced to leave." OP responds to that and says, "I'm now considering creating a secret bank account and storing money in there until I have enough to leave. Question is, where would I go?" That is a question for OP and OP only, but we can drop some advice down below. Thanks guys so much for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. I hope to see you tomorrow, and remember, it's cool to be kind. Have a great night, guys. The latest Mr. Reddito producer, Christine Billings. Thank you so much for the support.